Who's your commander?
Good luck.
Equip.
Move to combat. Resolves.
Right.
Now, before you attack
Does
me-
anyone have an answer?
Well played.
Good game.
Hello everyone, my name is DJ. This is the Jumbo Commander YouTube channel, and this video is coming out on Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful holiday season, and I just want to do a little fun, casual video where I talk about my top 10 magic Christmas cards. Let's start off with the official one this year. Thanks, Wizards. You got me a Christmas card. That's really sweet. And inside was Chaos Wrap. Chaos Wrap is 2 in a red for an instant. The owner of target permanent shuffles it into their library. Then they look at the top card of their library and may wrap it. If it's a permanent card, they may put it onto the battlefield. Otherwise, they may put it onto the battlefield face down as a 4/4 red present creature. By the way, to wrap a card, put it inside lots and lots of sleeves. If it would be dealt damage or destroyed, remove a sleeve from it instead. So those sleeves are kind of like shield counters. Chaos Wrap is fun. It could actually be a commander card because it's a removal spell like Chaos Warp, but it's actually really good for your opponent. Just imagine what crazy creature they're going to get, and it's going to have a ton of shield counters on it. Pretty fun, but of course, not legal in any format. Just a fun way to celebrate the holidays. So thanks, Wizards. And keeping in theme, let's talk about some of my favorite Christmas themed cards. The first one, I got to talk about a Gruel card because it's all about red and green. Helena and Elena partners are 2 red-green for a 2/3 legendary human ranger. First strike and reach. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put X +1/+1 counters on target creature you control, where X is Helena and Elena's power. That creature gains haste until end of turn. I've actually really enjoyed the haste on this, but also pumping Helena and Elena partners' power. Like I've had equipment on Helena and Elena, and then suddenly I'm dumping tons of counters on other creatures. It's just been really great and a really solid commander card that puts on a lot of pressure for 60 cents. So that's my Gruel card. Moving on, I want to talk about a card that, is all about giving. Lorna of the Third Path is my new favorite group hug card and one of my favorite white cards printed in 2022. Lorna of the Third Path is 2 in a white for a legendary human artificer. It's got vigilance, and when Lorna of the Third Path enters the battlefield, destroy up to 1 target artifact or enchantment. Already fantastic in white, staple, put it in our decks, but of course, tap, you and target opponent each draw a card. You can pick and choose at a commander table, so you can make allies and just you 2 draw cards. It's even got vigilance, so you can get in for chip damage and still draw your cards. And even if you never activate it at all, never draw a card, it is still a staple. So get your copies. Lorna of the Third Path is fantastic, and my pick for group hug gift giving card of this year. All right, so we've got some Gruel, we've got some holidays. Let's talk about a Christmas tree. I want to talk about my favorite art on a forest. Now, of course, I should pick a snow-covered forest if I wanted to be truly... Yeah, I don't. I want to pick my favorite forest art. And actually, my favorite forest art is from the Zendikar Rising art series. It's number 21, and this forest is amazing. Not a legal forest. On the back side of it, it's got the normal art card kind of stuff going on, but I just sleeve these things up, put them all in my deck, and it just looks gorgeous. And people don't need to have the text forest on it to know that these are beautiful forests. So this is my pick for my tree, my Christmas tree. All right, I mentioned snow-covered forest. Let's talk about my favorite snow-covered card. Now, if I was really thematic, I would pick Boreal Outrider. It's a snow creature, it's an elf, and it's riding a reindeer. But this card does not do it in Commander, so my favorite snow creature's gotta be Oren Frostfang. Oren Frostfang is 3 green for a 2/6 snake. Attacking creatures you control have Death Touch. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Ooh. So first thing that's great is that this giving everything Death Touch is fantastic because in green, a lot of my creatures have trample, or I have ways to give them trample, and trample Death Touch is fantastic. But also, this is just kind of another version of Toski. Toski, fantastic card too, but I want lots of these effects in my deck, and so Oren Frostfang really pumps my entire team. Secret Lair Drop gave me a really good one, but actually, this card is definitely seeing Commander play when we're seeing the price of a Precon reprinted to the list and a Secret Lair Drop getting up to to $14, $15. All right, so we got my favorite snow creature. Let's talk about my favorite elf. And it's not a traditional elf. It's Ayara, First of Lochthwain. Ayara, First of Lochthwain is black, black, black for a 2/3 elf noble. When Ayara, First of Lochthwain or another black creature enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Sacrifice another black creature, draw a card. This seems not thematic at all for elves because most elves are green and this only triggers off of black creatures and works with black creatures. It's not even very thematic about like Christmas because I wouldn't imagine like this elf noble like dressed like this making presents for people. But you know what? I'm honest. This is my favorite right now. Let's talk about my favorite elk. Not quite a reindeer, but close enough. It's Auspicious Starix. Auspicious Starix is 4 and a green for a 6/6 elk beast, but more importantly, it's got mutate for 5 and a green. Whenever this creature mutates, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile X permanent cards, where X is the number of times this creature is mutated. Put those permanent cards onto the battlefield. This also has a gorgeous alternate art version, and this is just so over the top, awesome commander. It makes mutate decks really work, and it's this big splashy effect. It's very narrow, only belongs to mutate decks, but beautiful art, inexpensive, under 25 cents, and does the big splashy commander things. So this is where I'm excited about. Then finally, I got to give a shout out to Santa himself, Feldon of the Third Path. Look at this guy. He's got the beard going on. He makes toys. This is very clearly Santa, but we've got young, skinny Santa, still gray beard, Feldon Ronum Excavator. This was out of the Brothers War, so this is back in time, young Santa. Feldon Ronum Excavator is 1 and a red for a 2/2, hasty human artificer, can't block, just attacking, and when it is dealt damage, exile that many cards from the top of your library. Choose one of them until your end of turn, you may play that card. I actually really like this in stop hitting yourself decks or even aggressive red decks, because sometimes I'm just swinging in and I don't care if it gets blocked. It just gives me 1 extra piece of card draw. And then finally, this doesn't all have to be about Santa. Whatever you're celebrating, we're going to celebrate with the Scepter of Celebration. Scepter of Celebration is 2 and a green for our artifact equipment. It has equip 3. Equipped creature gets +2/+0 and has trample. And whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, create that many 1/1 green and white citizen creature tokens. That text is huge. I mean, you can just equip this to any old big creature. Pumping its power is great. Giving trample is great because it's going to turn into a huge influx of a bajillion tokens. Yes, 3 to play and 3 to equip is definitely tough, but I think that the effect is totally worth it. All right, that's it for my list. You know what? Happy holidays to everyone. I hope you have a Merry Christmas Eve if you're watching this right now. Christmas tomorrow, holidays thereafter, Boxing Day. Oh, I should have done a boxing. Doesn't matter, okay? These are my cards, and I just really am thankful for all of you that watch my videos, that comment, that like, that subscribe, all of you that support me. Thank you. Thank you so much. Cool Stuff Inc. Thank you to Cool Stuff Inc. They sent me awesome Christmas stuff and they support me all the time, and my patrons support me too. There's actually just too many people to thank because this is a very accepting and loving community. I mean, people are just out there wanting to have fun and looking out for each other. So I'm blessed to be a part of this world.